win a floor ticket to see Dead & Co.
What?
Dude, Dead & Co. Vegas, opening night, the Sphere, 5/16/24, GA on the floor.
You're speaking another language.
Dude, we're gonna ride the rail.
The train?
No, John, Jeff, O'Teal, Bob.
They're coming?
Dude, look, Bob Weir, John Mayer,
J-May?
O'Teal.
I love J-May.
Well, you're gonna be right up on him.
How do I win?
Like, subscribe, follow. Every engagement gets you one chance closer to winning the ticket.
Where can I find rules?
HippieNotHippiePod.com.
Hell yeah. I'll see you there, 5/16/24. I'm Zach Maas,
And I'm AJ Finney.
and this is
Hippie?
Not Hippie.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to episode 69 of Hippie Not Hippie.
Nice.
Sweet.
68 episodes just waiting to make this 69 announcement like a child.
Yeah, he did it in episode 67 too.
Yeah, I literally was like, welcome to episode 69. He's like, 7. I was like, fuck. Okay.
This is special.
But we're
Yeah.
Special.
Yeah, we are joined by two comedians from Denver.
Willing to 69.
Yeah, and we are playing our new game today, What's Under the Table?
Oh, we'll talk about that later.
But we're joined by Ed Bell and Sammy Anzer,
Yeah.
who both just put out an album.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
Residual income.
Yeah, split album, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
it's split.
So cool. Where'd you guys record it?
Ooh.
Is that the name of the album?
Residual income is the name of the album.
It is.
That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
I'm glad you like it.
That was the dream. That's why we did it. We were like, we should just be honest. And we recorded it at the Boulderado Comic Sense Club.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Favorite
Okay.
room in Colorado.
Yeah?
That's everyone's reaction when he says that.
I have
Not
a
that
reputation for liking weird rooms. I
Okay.
guess.
You know-
I had a really good time, but
I love that room. It is just, small. But, I think it is like the right amount of size for people to appreciate your fashion sense. You
Yeah,
know, they're
that's
close
important.
enough to really see that the pants are tailored.
Yeah. They gotta know. They're
I
going
will
to
say-
smell me.
you get 5 shows there. And usually, I think the last 2 times I've done, I've realized one is going to be a stinker. One, for me, one of them has always been like,
I would agree.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, mine were all good.
Well, we did not have that experience. 5 out of 5 shows. 2 were amazing. 2 were pretty good, and 1 I ate shit so
Yeah.
hard.
How was your Thursday?
That's when I ate shit.
Really?
I ate shit so hard.
Dude, every Thursday it's light,
Yeah.
but for some reason they're into it. I don't know if the expectation's just off the table.
I've noticed. So the weirdest thing that happened to me there was I had these Australian people that I started crowd working on one side of the room, and then I realized later in the show that there's Australian people on the other side of the room, and they didn't know each other. And I was
They
just
were in
like,
the opposite hemisphere of the room.
That's fun.
yeah, different sides of the room, opposite sides of the world from us, and we found each other at license number 1.
Did you do that thing where you're like, you guys should talk?
No, oi, dickhead.
Cunt.
No.
That's not it. That's not even close.
You're just looking for a reason to yell that word.
69 cunt.
So I'm curious about the double album. Did you each do like 30s or?
Yeah, we each did 30 minutes. I did the front half, and he did the back half. So it's like how the show was. I went up first, then he went up second.
Now, did you flip-flop both or like every other show, or did you guys just stay in the same?
We just stayed the same.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean that's kind of a good idea because you double the marketing, helps you hit those positions, easier, and then helps you, yeah.
Because you hit number 1. I saw the.
We did.
Oh.
We held it for a whole weekend.
That's
Yeah.
great.
Fuck
Yeah. And that's Ed's idea. I know this is we're talking hippie mostly, but he got the idea from punk rock.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, because bands all the time would release splits, especially when they were broke like us and wanted to split production and marketing costs.
Oh,
No.
wow.
Yeah. Has your family listened to or friends listened to me?
No, not at all. Why
I
would
know.
they?
I know.
You think they listen to the first half and then turn it off?
Well, so this is what happens. Like I've been texting friends and family. I'm like, oh, did you check out my homie's part too? And they're like, no, I just went to your part. But maybe there'll be a few people.
Yeah. There'll be some overlap for sure eventually.
Well, yeah. Hopefully some people buy it that aren't related to you.
Yeah,
Well, we can't count on that, but yeah.
I think when it's on Spotify, people will be more likely to stream both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Well, it's also kind of a cool thing because, it's almost like a concept album. You get 2 comics that you get to check out.
Well, and hey, listeners, we want you to listen to both parts. And when you listen to both parts, we want to know who you like more.
Yeah.
We want
Yeah.
and Sammy does too. Sammy goes, "What's your podcast about?" When he got here, he goes, "I just heard that BK and Elon talked shit about me on here."
Yeah, I've been trashed on this podcast and I've never been on it before. The loyal listeners will know. They'll be like, oh, it's that fucking guy.
Yeah. Well, we've got you here. Is there any shit you would like to talk about, Elon or BK, before we move?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's come back to that. I'm going to be thinking on it.
Okay. Well, I asked you guys kind of when we were hanging out before AJ got here, what your earliest memory of hippies was. And
Sammy, would you like to go first? Talk about the New York hippies.
No, man, this is you. We want to know about the Iowa
You just
hippies.
keep accidentally.
Oh, is that where
describing-
you're originally from? Is Iowa?
Yeah, I am from Iowa.
What part of Iowa?
The eastern part, outside of Cedar Rapids.
Okay.
the field part.
The field part. It's all fields. Yeah.
I'm familiar with it. Penguins used to be in that area.
Yeah. It doesn't exist anymore. But yeah, it's right near that area. Yeah. For sure. Oh, first memory of a hippie. My mom was kind of a hippie.
By kind of.
Kind of. I mean, she wore tie-dye.
That counts, right?
We're getting there.
It counts.
What kind of tie-dye? Like a tie-dyed, like 5K for cancer awareness tie-dye, or like fucking dead skull Steely. That's what they're called, right? Why is it
Steelies.
called a Steely?
Because it's still your face, man.
I didn't know
Steal
there
your
was
face right off your
variations
head.
of tie-dye.
Oh, that's why it's a skull, is because its face was stolen?
No, it's because when you're on acid and you watch them, they steal your face. When you get faced, it's literally like you're just lost. So yeah, part of the thing was just like when you'd freeze, and they would talk about stealing your face.
But that's the skull, right?
Yeah, it's called a Steely. But that was a lyric from one of the songs too. Is what I told you, what I said, steal the face right off your head.
Okay.
Which band is this?
The Grateful Dead.
Oh, yes.
The hippie bands?
Yes. Do enjoy.
No, my parents did not listen to like jam bands. No, they just wore tie-dye and like cut the sleeves off because it was Iowa. My mom didn't wear shoes a lot. That's kind of like a hippie thing,
Yeah.
right?
That is a hippie thing.
Wait, what do you mean cut the sleeves off?
Cut this right at the top, so you get no farmer's tan. You know.
Yeah.
Well, and side titty.
And you get side titty. Yeah.
Side
I was gonna admit
My
that part. 'Cause
favorite.
It's my mom. But
favorite titty is side titty.
Side titty?
Overall.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how rocking would you say your mom's side titty is?
Dude, Ed, you should have gone first.
yeah, it's my mom and I love her, so I'll give her 8. She's had a family
Yeah.
of 5 with those things, man.
That's a wild rating because you go 8 out of pure respect, but
Yes.
you can't go 10 or you're a creep.
Hey, you're like
Absolutely.
side
Solid.
titty, more like the main course titty.
It's not the side dish.
I did have a neighbor that was kind of a hippie too. She also wore tie-dye and had plants everywhere in her yard. But if you like pulled on like a tree branch or whatever, like when you were a kid, she'd come over and pull on your hair and be like, "How do you like it?"
Whoa.
That's real hippie.
That's
That's,
intense.
Yeah. Also, she cleaned her dog shit up in her yard with just her hands in a bucket.
okay. Like bare hand?
Barehanded, dude.
Dude, I can't.
That is unsafe.
You can wash up later, dude.
You could transmit disease to yourself like that.
Bare hand and dog shit?
Yeah.
Well, if you have open wounds in your hand.
Well, that's what
No,
she would do
just-
first. She'd cut her hands.
As I sit here, I'm like, are you about to defend this woman picking up dog shit with her bare hands? And I'm like, I don't want to, but I'm like, I don't think she could get, if she washed her hands, it's fucking gross, but.
It is pretty gross.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's like actually harmful to you. Do you know that that's why there's all that legislation
It's like E.
around?
coli and shit, right?
Yeah, there's actual, like, like dog poop can't be fertilizer, and it's like it gets people sick, which is why you have to pick it up in those bags. And there was a woman who discovered this in New York because people were getting sick all the time and kids were getting sick from being around dog shit. And then once she made those findings, they made it a law that people have to pick up their dog shit.
But there's a lot of human shit on the streets in New York, too.
Yeah, I
we
feel
got
like
that.
the evidence was contaminated.
But that's organic.
Yeah, well, and then it's like, for some reason, people are getting sick. And I don't know if it's the human shit on the dog shit or if it's the rats running around in the human shit and then eating the dog shit.
And the dogs smelling the rats.
Yeah.
So I didn't know this, but there's like a kind of rat that just lives in the sewer and all they do
don't.
is eat human shit.
I don't.
That's their main.
This is the shit that skeeves me out. Like it just sends like a shiver, those things? Like
Yeah.
that weird spine.
Yeah, it's called an orgasm.
I'm just now learning this.
Rats eating shit's my thing. That's gross.
Yeah. But
Okay, so parents were tie-dye. What did they do for a living?
My dad built chiropractic tables.
Whoa, that's
Yeah.
specific.
Yes.
If it was a massage table, this would lean heavy on one side.
how many people fucking do that in the country? I mean, like, and also like custom or like.
Yeah.
Or like he's like got the IKEA chiropractic table in his house and he's like, I'm the only one who knows how to put these together, it's a bitch,
I lived in a weird small town where that was like the only job. So yeah, it was like custom chiropractic tables.
Wow.
Yeah.
So they are different. I was just on a chiropractic.
Yeah, they
table.
are
Really?
different.
They have this thing where like they collapse on, like parts of them collapse within themselves so they could put pressure on you.
Okay.
They seem complex.
Yeah, it's a lot of little, like, it's one of those jobs where you might lose a finger doing it,
Yeah.
machining or whatever.
Yeah.
The dangerous chiropractor tables of Iowa.
Yeah.
Oh, so what's the town called?
Lisbon, Iowa.
Okay. I was having it as like Proctor. or Complicato Mesa.
Population 32.
So, all right.
And your mom?
My mom worked at a gas station. Eventually, my dad got fired from the chiropractic table place and then also worked at the gas station.
Okay.
How do you get fired from a chiropractic table building place?
I made a dick hole.
Yeah, just too many dickles. I think poor attendance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, your dad partied. He's like, I'm like,
Yeah, big party guy.
So they. Okay. How about you, Sammy?
First hippie experience.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think my first knowledge was probably of Woodstock, which is upstate New York.
Yeah.
And I feel like learning about that just periphery was kind of cool and understanding it as a movement. I wouldn't describe my mom as hippie. Maybe she was. She probably identified with a lot of like hippie ideals.
okay.
Like we used to like she cared about like what we ate. We had like a lot of like Eastern philosophy type books laying around the house, a lot of art, that
Okay.
type of stuff.
So, like, what was a normal meal for you growing up?
Oh, that's a good question. Probably like chicken, rice, beans, salad.
Yeah. Nice. What kind of chicken?
She was like super creative in the kitchen, so it would be like you wouldn't get the same thing twice. I don't even know how to describe the seasoning of it.
That's called not keeping a recipe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Your mom's a good cook, though?
Yeah. I learned a ton of cooking from her.
So, Woodstock, do you remember hippies having like a positive or a negative connotation for you?
Positive, easy.
Now, so
And for you, Ed?
Positive, for sure, for me. I would say everybody I knew in my town, it was definitely a negative. It was an insult if someone called you a hippie.
Yeah.
yeah, that's early on for sure.
So, Well, you said that your mom used to roll around barefoot.
Yep.
How about your little piggies?
No, shoes on all the time.
Yeah.
100% of the time.
No slides, no sandals?
I got some slides, but I'm only wearing those to the beach. I don't want dirty feet.
Okay.
I want my toes
I
contained.
like going barefoot.
Yeah,
If I
you a
can.
bare-
I mean, not in Queens, New York, but if I have the opportunity to put my feet on grass, I'll do it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
So do you either of you own any Birkenstocks?
I do not.
Those are sandals, right?
Yes.
No,
I think
got
I can
those.
take that as a no.
Okay.
They're the ones that Jesus wore.
Yeah.
No. Those are not safe.
Why are they not safe?
Because anyone who wears sandals, I heard someone say this, it's like having a mentality of like, I could not be chased today. Like,
Yeah.
I need to be able to move in a hurry if I need to, either to
How
catch
many-
someone or run away from someone.
So
and
how many-
sandals are too comfortable.
So you're telling me you're getting in so many dangerous situations on a daily basis?
I mean, look at those pants. He needs to be able to run 75 miles an hour, okay?
Come on, bro.
Well, before your pimp
How do
catches
you think I'm gonna fight in the Matrix if I got sandals on? No one's gonna respect me.
Though I mean, I had a guy that I used to be friends with that was in prison, and he like made a big deal like of tying his shoes every morning
Oh yeah,
to make sure they were tight,
Yeah.
so that they wouldn't come off in case he got in a fight.
you got to be ready for whatever.
Yeah.
Sandals say my life is comfortable.
Yeah,
That's what that says.
Yeah, I like sandals, but
I'm trying to think when the last time was that I had to run from something or someone.
I run across the street sometimes. Like, where
Yeah.
I'm just like, even if it's like, if it just turns green and it's got the flashing thing, if Marciana and I are together, I go, 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 go. And then we'll get across and I'll be like, whew, that was
I'll
close.
tell you this: if I'm gonna rob a guy, I'm gonna rob a guy in sandals for sure.
Sure.
For sure.
I mean, that's easy picking.
Yeah.
What about a barefooted guy?
Yeah. I mean, he doesn't have money. The
That's-
sandals guy might have money.
Might. Probably not.
If he's
though.
wearing Birkenstocks, though,
Maybe.
Dude, speaking of which, on my way over here today, I don't know what's going on. Have you guys seen any weird shit today?
That's very vague.
Yeah,
I'm just anything stand out because normally my drive here is pretty mellow, and I saw like 4 things back to back that I was like, what the fuck is going on today? First off, I saw a couple crossing the street. Both had just matching fedoras on. And I had never seen that where I was like, oh, and part of me I was like, that's sweet, but
oh,
Jesus
that's
Christ.
adorable.
Yeah.
But then right after that, I saw a crazy street person on what appeared to be a stolen kid's bike, pointing and laughing at them while he rode past them. And I was like, what is happening?
wow.
And then as I got closer here, there was a guy, you know when you're a kid and you got your socks on, you pull your feet down and make the socks real long
Yeah.
and flappy?
Yeah.
There was a guy flapping that, like doing spin kicks, like he was trying to kick his socks off over by Rise or Voodoo.
Yeah.
And then
You
I
can't
saw,
call it that anymore.
Oh yeah.
You can't dead name it.
And then once I got to Stout, I was like, well, at least the weirdness is over. And then I saw 3 dudes, one guy with a cane who looked like he might have been in the Black Panthers, and right behind him were 2 dudes carrying large furniture, walking like they didn't know where they were going.
Denver's getting more New York.
Do you like it more
Yeah.
now, Sammy?
I do.
Are you getting comfortable?
Yeah, I'm getting cozy.
You're like, finally. Pretty soon it'll smell like piss, dude. You
Yeah.
feel right at home.
I've pissed on these streets before.
Yeah, be careful. Could be a sex offender.
Oh, you just don't do it by a school.
No, I'm pretty sure in Denver, if you have your Peter out,
They will threaten you with it for sure. I've gotten that ticket before. And
Wait, they gave you a ticket?
for peeing outside, I had to go to municipal court. There's just a regular city of Denver court, and they use it as a threat. They're like, if you ever do this again, we'll make you a sex offender. They do make you go to all the sex offender classes.
Wait, what?
I'm not kidding.
Oh yeah.
So that's court appointed?
Yeah.
Jesus, what type of creepers were in that fucking
Did you
class?
make any friends?
It was so
Just a girl who was picking up dog shit.
no, it was so bad. I went to the class and they went, "Hey, look, we're actually gonna we have to do this one-on-one for you because these people will actually like fuck you up mentally if you're in class with them all the time. So you still have to pay for all the classes, but it's gonna be like more like one-on-one therapy." And I had to pay for like 10 classes. And after the third class, the guy's like, "I don't know what to talk to you about anymore."
So what is it? Because you
Did
can't
you
be
go
in
to the other 7?
Yes, you have to. The court ordered. Literally, we would just talk about like what new albums came out.
So what do you say? So you can't be in a room with people that are going to say shit that's going to fuck you up in the sense of like going, wait, so I can hold a kid's hand, but I can't put my finger in his ass.
Yeah, they didn't want me to be around that. I guess
That's forethought of them.
yeah, for sure.
Better than the city thinking I expect.
Well, yeah, they're like, man, the first year we were running this program, we turned all these street peers into child molesters.
Doubled our sex offender population.
Hey, could you imagine if you're just like, why are you in here? I was peeing outside, and everyone's like, boo.
Yeah, I got it in combination with a drunk and disorderly, so I think that helped my case.
They were just drunk and not to be.
I was like not a pervert.
Here?
Yeah, in the city of Denver.
When?
I mean, when I first moved here like 10 years ago.
Yeah, you got Iowa drunk in the
got
elevation?
Fuck yeah, I did. That's exactly what happened. Dude, it was within like 3 months of moving here.
Okay.
I was just drinking like you do in the Midwest. You can't.
I got popped in Olympia, Washington, peeing behind a dumpster in a car.
See, that's what I do. I go to the alleys.
And I tried to zip up, and he's like, "Hey," and I was like, "Ah." And it was during the Seattle competition, and he was like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "Well, I'm sick, and I couldn't get in the door, and I was gonna pee my pants." And he's like, "Why are you pissing all over my city?" And I was like, "Dude, what are we doing here?"
What is he?
I was like, "I'm here," and we're talking.
It's my city.
Yeah, it was so weird. Like I was scared for that same reason, where I was like,
Did they give you
no.
the ticket?
No, he's like, I'm gonna let you go, but literally just going, don't piss all over my city. And I was like, all right.
I think the only reason I got
Can
a
I
ticket
take a shit?
is because I had a haircut back then. And they were like, this guy can afford to pay the ticket. I think if it was now, they would just send me on my way.
If you were long hair, they'd be like,
They're like, he doesn't know any better.
Yeah, they have appearance standards for street peeing. Well, it is like I watch people that are houseless just do whatever the fuck they want because it's like the cops are just like, we don't want to deal with this.
yeah.
you got busted street peeing?
No, and I've done a lot of it, but I'm really good at it.
Me too.
Yeah.
You ever been caught?
Not street peeing, no.
No?
It's hard in New York City to street pee because there aren't alleys. And
There are some alleys that you could get.
There's
in.
way less, though.
I saw a guy peeing on a window at Dunkin' Donuts. Like, we saw a dog taking a shit, and I was like, well, that's gross. And then I looked over, and a homeless guy's just hosing the window, and I was like, you know what? Everything's out the window.
It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter.
I took a piss last night on my way home, and I'm pretty sure I looked up and there's like everybody's got a fucking camera now, and I was like, oh God.
Who wants to spend their life filming a guy pee, though? What a strange life choice.
I think there's a big industry for that, actually.
Yeah.
Is there money to be made?
Yeah.
Should we stop releasing albums and
It's that
start?
and feet.
Borat's pretty into it.
Yeah, but there's a last time I was in New York, even recently, I'm like a grown man. I don't want to like fucking pee all over the place, but it's like every place doesn't have a bathroom, or you have to pay to use their bathroom. So it kind of creates these situations where I was like, well, I'm going to go where the homeless people are, which is fucked up.
Right.
And I was like, I'm going to pee over here.
And pay them.
No, they were making money. They were recycling cans and stuff like that. So
Yeah, I always try to strategically. So bars always have a bathroom. That's your go-to in New York.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie, there's bars in that city that I've pissed in 5 times probably, and never bought a drink or hung out in there. I'm just like, oh shit, I gotta piss. And then I go in there and I'm like, I've pissed in here before.
I really thought for a second you were going to be like, there are restrooms in New York that I've pissed in where I'm like, it would be cleaner if I pissed in the alley.
yeah, I think the worst place I pissed in New York was I pissed in a driving school car.
Wait, what?
Were you driving?
I didn't know how to drive yet.
You opened it and pissed in it? Because did you know it was going to be unlocked or what?
So at this time in my life,
I love how you're like, it's so smooth how you're about to tell this story.
at this time in my life, we were we were robbing cars. It was a game called Cars. And first, you would walk down a street block and you would open the car door, right? And so inevitably, someone would leave their car door open. And you would take a thing and then you would like maybe leave a thing, right? And then it got less moral. And then it was you just open cars and you take everything that you can get. And me and my 4 friends are doing it. Now we have gloves. Now we have flashlights.
So you started as like a mind fuck game and just went straight to
Crime.
yeah.
Directly crime. And then there was a driving school that was in my neighborhood and I wanted to learn to drive. I was like, I don't know, 18 or something like that. But they charged too much. And I was like, oh, it's time to enact justice. I was like, I'll fucking teach you not to make your driving classes affordable for me.
So did you leave a note to tell them why you did what you did? Or were you just like, they know, they'll know.
Bad boy Sammy.
Can you imagine the driver instructor pulling open the car door the next morning and just piss soaked in the upholstery everywhere?
You'd smell it right away.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's there's somebody that's like, I guarantee for the next like months, they're like, not it on the piss car.
And it's like, how do you even take that car? Like, let's say that's company property and you got to like take it to a place where they remove the seats or remove the upholstery. You still have to get in the car and sit in the piss car.
Was it passenger seat, driver's seat?
I did one side and my boy did the other.
Oh God, you double barreled it.
Oh, man.
You guys played swords over a console?
The only safe place is the back seat.
That's funny. Did you guys hold hands?
Just over
the roof?
You Eiffel Towered this Toyota.
It was a Toyota.
Was it?
Yeah.
It's always a Toyota.
Yeah.
I read a
had this
police
game.
report before I had you on.
We had the game with the cars where it was just, we would like kind of split up for a bit and then see who could steal like the dumbest shit. And like one night I won because I stole the entire John Denver box set on cassette and the antenna off the roof of a police car.
That's a bold trophy.
That's a high score.
And maybe a little extra bonus points. I took that antenna, which had a very heavy metal base on it, and maybe used it to roll down the windows of the police car before I ran off.
How did you do that? How'd you get the windows down?
By smashing them. Yeah.
Who's worse?
I thought there was more mechanics to it.
Well, he was taking down the man. You were hurting somebody that probably.
Yeah, you're fucking some minimum wage person that teaches shitty people how to drive.
Sammy is
This is
really
a big
offended
New York
right now.
company. This is a big New York driving
You're
company.
taking down the corporate driving
Ferrari
school?
driving school,
Is that what it's called?
maybe.
Has it been 7 years?
That's great.
Yeah, it's been past that, and
All
they
right.
just give you Toyotas, which is bullshit too.
Statute of limitations. This ain't a Ferrari.
Yeah, I was like wondering if we had police sirens on here.
It's
Smooth.
But okay.
Do either of you camp? Are you campers?
No.
No.
Neither one of us are campers. I think Sammy might actually have done more camping than I have.
I think I've camped twice in my life.
Yeah. What? Where? And why?
All right, so most recently,
Where'd you pee then?
I peed everywhere.
In whatever car was open.
Yeah. Most recently here in Colorado, I went with my girlfriend and her dad. They're both like outdoorsy people in Colorado. But they have like what is it called? Glamping?
Oh yeah.
Where it's like you still sleep in a bed and then it's like still nice and air conditioned or whatever it is in there.
Yeah.
But then one time I went in Greece with a couple of girls who I met that day, and they went to like some music festival or something, and you camp out, and I was like kind of attracted to them, and I was like, okay, I'll go. And then it got like to 10 p.m. and I went into the tent and I purposely took up the whole tent sleeping so that they would have to find another place to sleep because I was tired.
Oh wait, you weren't hoping that they'd come in
Yeah,
with you. You were just like, this is my tent now.
That's worse.
I thought you were setting up a position
No,
to try to get laid.
I took up the whole tent, and I was like,
You're a weird kind of bad boy.
they'll figure it out.
Yeah, what the fuck? Okay. So, what happened? Did they come back? They saw you there? Or?
Yeah, and I did the thing where I was like they're like, oh, he's sleeping or whatever. And I was like that.
You went deeper into the
Yeah, and
slumber.
maybe they hooked up with some other guys, and I was like, good, I don't care.
He packed up the next morning, rolled their
Yep.
But
tent
you
up.
didn't leave them much of a choice,
Oh,
Sammy.
and they set up the tent themselves because I didn't know how to do it. So I watched them. They were like hammering or whatever and stuff, and I was like, wow, you guys are hard at work.
Wow.
You're at supervisor status.
Yeah, director. I often feel comfortable directing, even if I don't know what it's about.
You guys have a podcast together.
Do you guys have a podcast?
No, Sammy has a podcast that he's never released an episode of.
It's such a bad podcast.
He keeps recording them, though.
Yeah.
I don't know that.
That's
a
a good name, Sammy's.
Such a bad podcast.
It's such a bad podcast with Bad Boy Anzer.
Unwatchable podcast with Sammy Anzer.
Peeing on the man with Sammy.
Fuck you, Ferrari.
Okay. Do you guys have any crystals?
I personally don't own any crystals, but my girlfriend owns crystals, so they're all around my house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's very into it.
Yeah, she puts them out to like charge in the full moon or whatever. You know, I don't know. I don't ask really. I asked her not to do any witchcraft. But she's like, it's
What do
just
you have
crystals.
against witchcraft?
I did, nothing really. I don't even really believe in it, but just in case, don't do it.
Just to be safe.
Yeah, no voodoo, please.
Wow. And I wonder if she's like, yeah, I really like Ed, but he is a little controlling. He's told me that I can't practice witchcraft.
And then she's like doing a spell to make you
we'll
less
see what-
controlling.
We'll see what happens when this crystal's put here.
Exactly.
I have rocks.
You have rocks that's similar.
Does that count?
Yeah, I mean,
What do you mean by rock?
Like,
like in your driveway or?
no. Rocks that I've purposely picked out. Like, have you guys ever done the artist's way?
Oh, yeah.
So there's parts of that where you're supposed to like, I forget what the exact prompt is, but like in order to like create a memory or like charge some energy, like you take things from places you're at and you're meant to like hold them or think on them or whatever it is. So I have a few rocks from my 2 nature journeys.
Yeah, I used to do
From
that a lot.
Greece and from when you went with your lady to the woods?
2 rocks.
Yeah.
Two rocks.
So do those rocks, when you look at them, do they take you back to
They
that
kind
memory?
of do, yeah.
Yeah.
They really do.
Takes it back to stealing those women's beds.
No, there was no bed. That was the problem. It was just the floor.
You took the shelter for the night, though.
Yeah.
Were there sleeping bags laid out that you acquired?
I think it was just an open area implying that we would all sleep together, and that wasn't good enough for me.
That adds up. That adds up for sure.
It's really been getting to know me over the years.
So do you have? Do you believe? So you believe that these rocks have some powers?
Yeah, I believe that you can imbue objects or natural objects with energy.
Yeah.
With like an electrical charge, right? From a person into
Not
an
just-
I don't really believe in science.
Every angle you have a turn that blows my fucking mind. I'm just like, he's about to have sex with 2 Greece women, like that makes sense. And then you're like, I just wanted this motherfucker to myself. And I was like, I don't know what's happening anymore. Everything I saw on the way here makes more sense now.
My people.
Yeah, you're like, have you noticed anything today? I'm like, yeah, fucking Sammy in his cheetah pants. My goddamn.
Yeah,
So
so,
explain this-
no electricity, just vibes.
Vibes.
Okay.
And anything. You could do it to any item.
I don't know. I kind of have this idea that like let's say a plastic table, like you wouldn't be able, like that doesn't absorb. It's not permeable for vibes.
So does it
Yeah.
have to be a natural object?
Yeah, I
Well,
think so.
plastic is made from oil that came from dead animals.
Not enough posy vibes in there.
So, are you into astrology?
Not really, but I do know a little bit. I like Chinese zodiac that I believe in.
Oh yeah, you know what year we're in now?
Dragon.
Yeah.
That's still astrology, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what
Just Asian.
Which makes it what?
Exotic.
That's amazing.
What about you? Ed?
I know nothing about it. I know that I'm a Scorpio and that people hate that, but but that's all I really know about it.
Do you know your zodiac sign?
I'm a Scorpio too. I
Oh,
didn't
you're
even
both
know you-
Scorpios?
Oh yeah, wait. Our birthdays are a day apart.
It's like 2 days apart, but
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Every Scorpio horoscope ever is like, you're going to make some bad decisions today, but you fuck real good every time.
Yeah, that is. And it's like you're charismatic and you could direct people.
And also good at sex.
If you want to. Otherwise, just take up more room on the floor.
yeah.
They do always add it then. No other zodiac sign, I don't feel like adds that weird part to the end.
Yeah, we're like the most passionate and stuff like that.
Yeah, and we're water signs, baby. We're wet.
Yeah.
I guess I knew more about astrology than I thought.
So you don't follow. Do you read your horoscope ever, Sammy?
I always read my Chinese one at the start of the year.
Yeah.
Oh, is that
what?
Oh, go ahead.
What's your year gonna look like?
So actually, I'm a dragon, and for Year of the Dragon, it's actually not good to. I forget. There's like a word that it's like when your same sign is your same year, and for dragons, it's supposedly not supposed to be that. But I feel great.
Yeah.
You're defying astrology. Look at
Let's
you.
go.
The only thing I guess my mom used to always say when it was a full moon, people were meaner, and I kind of believe that still.
Really?
Yeah, because it makes the ocean go up or whatever, so it's got to be pulling on people too. The magnetic field.
I heard it makes people weirder.
I do find that they're squirrelier for sure. Which I guess if you're already kind of mean, it could make you meaner.
Well, I know for cops, like full moon nights are the busy nights.
Really?
Yeah, because there's just more crime happens.
That's an interesting, like, measurable statistic for the idea that like people get weirder.
But it also kind of makes sense. You think about how dark it is outside normally. So whatever you're doing kind of in the shadows, and now you get a little extra light. So you've got a further eyesight. So you can just do more. It's like having a flashlight.
Well,
but
and
you don't have to
animals
put
get
batteries on it.
wilder too, for sure. Like I know driving, you need to be more cautious on a full moon night of deer and stuff on the road.
I'm learning so much.
How much longer is your ring finger than your pointer finger?
Oh,
Sammy?
boy.
No, my ring finger's shorter. Oh wait.
Is it?
Oh no, my ring finger's longer than my pointer.
What about yours?
Yeah,
Ed?
I knew.
They're almost the same.
How did you know?
Because if your ring finger is longer than your pointer finger, you're more likely to have a dark triad personality traits.
Try it.
So we're supposed to be. It happened to me too. We're all
Are you
apparently
short or something?
sociopaths.
Yeah, mine's longer.
Okay. Man, mine
So-
feel the same.
Yeah, your
Yeah.
It's close.
Mine's close.
your pointer's a little longer, I think, Ed.
Yeah, does that make me better than Sammy?
Yes.
Good. Good. That's all that matters to me, is that I win that battle.
But
That's important.
But we posted a video about this online, and there's people like talking shit. Like one guy's like, "Is this fucking astrology for men?"
What is astrology for men?
I think it's astrology. I don't think there's gender boundaries on that, but
Yeah, but you don't really meet
And I
a
just
ton of
respond-
guys who are super duper into it, right?
I responded to him though. I was
know.
like, "If your hand's bigger than your face, you have cancer."
Oh, God, yeah, the old smash.
Oh yeah.
I think people just like astrology because then you don't have to take responsibility for any of your actions.
This man's spitting right now.
Yeah.
You're like, man, this guy made me do it. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Sorry, it told me I was gonna have a bad day.
Exactly.
I mean, there's a lot of religions that do that kind of nice little loophole.
yeah, the sky.
Like,
the sky.
I know I did some bad stuff today, but you forgive me, right, Sky Daddy?
That's daddy.
But okay, so crystals.
Do you guys burn incense at all?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I do, yes.
Okay.
Because it covers up the weeds.
Okay.
I just do it because I like the vibes.
Yeah. Are you burning sage or anything like that, or just
So my mom would burn sage in the house too.
really? What was the purpose of the?
Just I think that she believed what people believe, like a lot of Caribbean people and stuff like that. Like
Just-
just that purifies or cleanses. Or
I assumed it was to season the chicken. So.
Okay.
I like how Sammy's like being very careful not to reveal too many details about his
he's gonna
past.
figure it out.
He's like, I want to keep this ambiguous.
I told you guys so many things about me.
Yeah, I'm learning a lot.
No. Caribbean. Okay. So she would burn sage. Did your mom burn sage too?
No sage, lots of incense though. But again, I think just for the weed smell. So.
Oh yeah. So your parents smoke?
Yeah, hella weed. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
My whole childhood.
When did you realize?
When did I realize?
When they ran out of incense.
Yeah. No, I think my brother told me, so I don't think I ever like realized on my own. I think I was probably maybe like 10 or something.
Older brother?
Older brother, yeah.
So what was it like finding out that your parents smoked weed in a state where it's pretty illegal, like as a kid? Like, was that like scary to you? Like, were you like worried?
Yeah, I don't know how, but my parents kind of instilled the never talk to cops thing, even when I was like a kid.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I always saw cops as like an enemy. So I never would have been dumb enough to be like, my parents smoke weed or whatever to a teacher or anything.
Yeah.
But it does make you more paranoid for sure. It was weirder having friends over and stuff, being like, are they going to smell the weed?
Yeah. No, I imagine because, like, yeah, I had a friend who found his parents' like weed stash, and then basically blackmailed them into buying him a car.
Oh,
That's a bad boy move.
I never
that
thought of doing that.
is.
Yeah, and he was just like, I'm really worried about you guys, and
The only thing that would make me feel less worried was if I could go 80 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Well, I will say I noticed that they were much nicer after they smoked weed. So it was fine. Like if I ever wanted anything from them, I would ask
Yeah.
after they smoked weed.
like if it was a full moon, wait till mommy smokes the weed.
Exactly.
Did you grow up with that idea, or did they try to give you that idea, like, hey, like, don't do this, like, this is not good?
My
or-
dad did. He'd always say, do as I say, not as I do, which is total bullshit. And my
Yeah.
mom was like, I don't know, it's pretty fun.
Yeah, my buddy's dad, Herb was his name. He found a bag of weed under his dad's seat in the car. And we were like, holy shit. And we stole it.
You got it. What are they going to do? Well, somebody stole my weed?
Well, yeah, because we were like, what is he going to do? Like, and literally he fucking kicked the goddamn door in and was like, after we had like gotten high, he kicked the fucking door and he goes, where the fuck is the goddamn weed? And
Oh, yeah.
we're like, what? What weed? And he's like, you know what the fuck I'm talking about? The fucking weed from my car. Somebody fucking took it. And my buddy was like, what the fuck? And his dad just goes, give it. And he like goes and grabbed it. Was like in his pocket. And he like hit his pocket and felt. And he's like, give me the fucking weed. And he like took it. And he's like, I found this in the parking lot.
Weak kid lie.
I found this in the
Throwing it
parking lot and I put it in my car because I didn't want any kids to find it, and I was going to turn it into the police. And then you little shit, you guys are fucking high right now, aren't you? And then he like walked out. And like, so once we knew that, like we started noticing when Herb was high, like the one big tell was my buddy saw him in the supermarket staring at a can of soup for 5 minutes. Staring at a can of soup for 5 minutes. And he had like fallen asleep on the couch and a coin was stuck to his back. So he had, the sleeveless cut or whatever. And yeah, on his arm, there's like a penny from him falling asleep on the couch that was just stuck to his arm while he was staring at this can of soup for 5 minutes.
That's such odd behavior to me, though. That idea to like want to uphold, like you smoking yourself, but like going to every conceivable extent to like keep it a lie, like it's like Santa Claus or something. Like it's not a part of like. I feel like that generation did that a lot.
Yeah.
It was different.
I think
though.
it's a Midwest thing.
Also, it was
too,
basically illegal everywhere.
Yeah, it was super illegal everywhere. So I think they just didn't want to pay for legal fees for their children.
Did you ever smoke with your parents?
Yeah. Later, like when I turned like 14 or something, yeah, then I would just smoke with
Why did
Was
you
it
say
weird?
14 like it was late?
14 like it was late. Yeah, I'm a late bloomer.
That's crazy.
Was it weird?
Yeah.
The first time I smoked weed with my mom, it was hilarious. I got suspended from high school for making out with my girlfriend. And they
What?
Yeah, they decided that one of us had to be in school suspension, one of us had to be out of school suspension. And since my mom could pick me, I got out of school suspension. And I get in her car, and she pulls out a joint. She goes, "Well, I was gonna smoke this by myself," and then we just smoked a joint together.
Whoa, that's a pretty cool. That's a pretty rad
Suspended for kissing
suspension.
a girl?
What for? Yeah,
What?
How old were you?
He never
I was
said it was a girl.
14?
I did. Yeah, it's a girl. I was 14. Yes.
Damn.
Wow. In Iowa.
That's like
Iowa.
what? That's like puritanical type legislation.
Yeah,
or
we'd
something?
get yelled at, but like, I don't know. There's like, you could kiss your girlfriend like out in front of the high
Yeah.
school, you know?
Or
But
even
religion runs pretty deep in Iowa.
You couldn't
Yeah.
finger.
Yeah. No finger. That's the South Dakota rule.
No finger.
No hand stuff.
No finger or tit grabbing, but you could, no honking or flicking. But
This is what his principal said to him.
No honking, no flicking.
a little tongue sticking.
Yeah.
No.
That was the superintendent's slogan. That's
No.
how he ran from the board.
That's what they were saying when they should have been learning.
I specifically have a memory of kissing, like the first time I kissed a girl with bad breath was out in front of my high school. 'Cause she was eating Doritos,
Yeah.
nacho cheese flavor, and I was like, I don't like this.
Even the idea of kissing someone who ate Doritos nacho cheese makes me kind of feel like
It's funny.
Yeah, you can taste it, can't you?
I always kiss girls that smoke cigarettes, so they just always tasted like cigarettes.
Yeah, that's a flavor. So, okay. What about,
Well, I know Ed's got tie-dye because he's wearing one. Sammy, do you own any tie-dye?
I don't own any tie dye anymore. We used to have tie dye when I was growing up, though. But
Okay.
no, I don't have any tie dye.
what about, so, jam bands?
Oh, the Grateful Dead.
Yeah.
Or fish.
There was, there's a lot of them. Have
Yeah.
You could barely name one before this podcast started, Sammy. Is that where you're at?
Well, no. So actually, what's interesting, you guys just pulled a memory out of me. So recently, I went to California where my aunt lives, and she's into that type of stuff. And then I needed a shirt, and I wore a Grateful Dead shirt because like I just didn't have a shirt around. And everywhere I went, people were like,
Yeah, that's standard. They could do this. Nice shirt.
Yeah.
I like the shirt.
There was a lot of that, and I was like, I don't know anything about this. I just whatever. But then I was like, oh, I should learn. So I went on iTunes and I just went to the most popular songs, and I listened to like 4 or 5 of them, and I was like, I kind of get it. And then I haven't listened to them since.
Good for you. No, yeah. So you dipped your toe in the water. I mean, that's how I feel. It's all right. I understand where it comes from. I'm not super into it though. But
I just love the culture.
Yeah. What about it?
Well, it's like a circus. It's a traveling circus. It's fascinating. It's really like once you're in it, there's any number of weirdness could be happening at any one time. But it's
Yeah.
usually a very safe
like
space.
no one would say shit about your pants there.
Yeah, they'd like them, actually.
Dude, they'd be
Yeah.
all over them.
Yeah, acceptance is like a hippie ideal. Yeah,
It is, yeah.
I would say so. Right.
Yeah.
It's like creating a warm, accepting environment. When I was listening to it, I felt like it's like from a different time and place. That's like, it's not for. I mean, that's not for me, but like, it felt like I was reaching somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? Like, here's growing up in Queens, New York, and I'm like, oh, here's this other world over
Yeah.
here.
I would love to know what songs you listen to.
There was one about a truck.
Oh, trucking.
Is there one about a train?
That's the one I would have guessed.
My memory's foggy.
Casey Jones, man.
Yeah. That's a cool thing too, is some of those songs are like autobiographical storytelling because they really were just talking about being out on the road. And a lot of that stuff is, it's like Jack Kerouac shit. And when you're a comic out traveling the road, there's something somewhat relatable to it,
How about you, Ed?
No, I don't listen to jam bands. Humphreys McGee, that's one, right?
Yeah, they used to be a metal band.
Oh, okay, I think I've seen them in Iowa City when I lived there.
How do you make a transition from metal to jam?
I mean, it's pretty close, honestly. It's
Dude,
just it's nerd music.
It's just a heavier distortion pedal.
for real though. Like it's so close.
And I'll say more technical guitar playing
Yeah.
usually.
but
But it is awesome to see like a jam band that, I mean, they will shred. And
For
you
sure.
go, where'd that come from? You know?
I think that's my only jam band experience. I watched a documentary on Fish, and I was like, this seems cool, but it's not for me. I've never listened to Grateful Dead.
So you listen to punk?
Yes, I'm more of a punk guy for sure.
Who's your guys?
My guys.
Your favorites?
My favorite ever. I like Rancid, like Operation Ivy. I like fast bass guitar.
Okay.
So anything from like that Bay Area. When I was a kid, I listened to like Green Day. That was probably like the first punk band when they were still a punk band.
What was your favorite album?
From Green Day?
Yeah.
The first one I got was Nimrod.
Oh, wow. You're late in the game.
Yeah, but I'm younger than you.
Yeah, that's for sure.
But
But did you dive deeper? I mean, Dookie was there. But
Dookie was great. Yeah, I played the bass guitar, so I learned how to play like that whole album.
Yeah. Kerplunk was great. 1039 Smooth Out Slappy Hours.
Yeah, the first
Dookie
one. Yeah.
was the first one that I had.
That was the big one.
And like right after I got it,
That's the one with the explosion, right?
Yeah. And the poop.
Yeah.
Yes.
all the dogs and the shit. You know, it's why people are getting sick in New York.
And Nimrod's the one with the class picture type.
You got it, dude.
Oh, yeah. And the scratched out eyes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're crossed out or scratched out.
I was in
I'm
middle
impressing
school
myself right now.
then, and they always played "Time of Your Life" as the last dance.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, well that was like everybody's high school graduation song when I was not graduating and watching other people do it. But no, my stepmom and I like got into some sort of argument, and she like had a carton of milk, and she like threw it, like wasn't looking, like threw it backwards, and like it's like the toss of her lifetime. Like this thing just fucking smoked me right in the face. And like fucking blew milk like all over me. And I was so fucking pissed. And I went and I locked like as soon as we got home, I locked myself in the bathroom and I just played the 3 songs that I liked off of Dookie like over and over, full blast, locked in the bathroom for fucking hours. Like I wouldn't come out of there.
Now, why was she chucking the milk?
I don't know. I had probably said something, you know? I don't know. I've said things.
Probably totally deserved it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Wow.
Or, you know, I mean, yeah, I'm sure I was asking for it to some extent. You know, I challenged authority pretty regularly as a child. So, yeah, I'm sure something, you know. But yeah, Dookie. Okay, and then you listen to mostly country, right, Sammy?
Straight up. I feel like it's mostly like rap, hip hop, but I've always I discovered rock music in college through Guitar Hero.
Okay.
Just like every foreign exchange student.
What was your favorite bands from that era?
Well, I mean, you've played Guitar Hero? It gives you like a chronology of like all rock music.
I was waiting for Sammy to be like, I discovered rock music. And just leave it there. Like,
Me.
yeah, if it wasn't for me, nobody would know. I discovered it.
I remember finding great bands. I think the Dead Kennedys, I'd heard of them before, but they were on like Tony Hawk.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, did you never play Tony Hawk?
Yeah, I played Tony Hawk, but like not really. Not
With the
really.
volume up.
With the
With the volume down.
Not gonna lie.
Rap music and Coolio.
Yeah, no, I grew to hate most of the songs on Tony Hawk with a passion because I played that game too fucking much. And yeah, we would also have a thing where certain songs, like it would start and it would be the song that I knew I didn't like, and I'd be like, restart. I fucking I hate the song "Jerry is a Race Car Driver." I fucking hate that song so much. It's
Primus?
Yeah, and I respect Primus as a like that the guy can play a bass
Les is
guitar
an amazing
really
bass
fucking
player.
well, but like his voice is fucking horrible to me. It bugs me, and the music sounds like a panic attack to me. It sounds like a fucking anxiety attack.
I also think Les is like, in some ways, he's so experimental. It's a lot like Ween. Like every album is a little bit different. Like he's done that Flying Frog Brigade. I think he did something with John Lennon's son.
I don't. There's a group of comics that do musical comedy. The Reformed Whores. Have you guys ever met them?
No.
Or heard of them? They're great. They do like a country duo yeah, they're awesome. They did Uncalled For, and I think they did my podcast years ago or whatever. They toured with Les Claypool and his opening act.
That's cool. That's fun.
That's probably pretty sick.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure it was fucking awesome. But yeah, it just seemed like such a weird kind of fit, to have like a comedy country duo open for Les Claypool.
Yeah, but who's going to open for Les Claypool?
Yeah.
I mean, his songs almost all sound like he's joking.
Well, that's it. When I went and saw Flight of the Conchords at Red Rocks, Iron and Wine opened. I mean, what a weird transition that was.
That's hilarious.
But it's just because they were both on Sub Pop.
Oh, I mean, that makes sense. But yeah, talk about different vibes. Holy smokes.
They put Arj Barker in between them to start to break the tension.
I'm in way above my head right now. Nothing.
You don't know any of those things that we said?
Vaguely.
Flight of the Conchords?
Flight of the Conchords, yes.
Yeah.
New Zealand people, they also did, don't they do the Netflix show about vampires as well?
What We Do in the Shadows.
What We Do in the Shadows.
Yeah.
That was great.
Yeah, Jermaine does that.
Yes. And so there's some filmography in there, and then they have comedic.
They were in the
short songs.
original movie, right? Not in the show.
Well, I mean, that's what I meant. I didn't see
Right?
the show.
Yeah,
I
but
only saw the
Jermaine is,
movie.
I think he's a co-creator of it.
Yeah,
So
he
he
is.
also oversees or is a director of the series.
But yeah, I think they're only in the movie.
What? What? I love that show.
And then they had the HBO show, Flight of the Conchords, which is, I mean, so great.
Yeah, I saw them open for Chappelle
I saw that tour too.
at the Fiddlers.
I didn't see. I saw it in Chicago,
wow.
but yeah, I saw that same tour.
How was that?
It was crazy. It was awesome. It was like when Chappelle was coming back.
It was when Chappelle first came back, and the first thing he does is he goes, "Man, you guys watch Breaking Bad?" And everybody's like, "Woo!" And he's like, he just dropped this huge spoiler from an episode that it aired, like that they kill the DEA agent or whatever. And he's like, "I can't believe they killed Hank," and like half the crowd is like, "What the fuck?" Like,
What an odd power play.
oh yeah, dude, he came out and was just like, "I can't believe they killed Hank," and everybody's like, "What the?" Because it was back, when you DVR or whatever, or people are watching it, they haven't made it. Yeah, and he's basically like just ruined the shit, like fucking, and had a killer set. Like, yeah, he was awesome. And
Yeah.
then every time I've seen him since then, I've just kind of been disappointed.
Well, out of all of his specials, that was the first one I think that came out, and that probably is the best one.
Yeah. I couldn't watch the last one because it started off with just some like grandiose like fucking quote.
It was Emerson. It was a regular ass quote from Emerson.
A regular ass quote.
The quote's like, "If you're gonna be the greatest god of comedy ever, kneel before me and suck my cock." Basically, was like what the quote. I don't know. It was just like some pretty heavy ego shit. Where I don't know. He won another fucking Grammy for it. So apparently the Grammys don't fucking know of any other stand-up comedy going on. But yeah, no, it was great. And then the Flight of the Conchords, Christian Shaw.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking
Colorado native.
Who else was on that?
On the date, I saw Al Madrigal and Hannibal Buress.
Oh yeah, dude. Hannibal was there.
A young Hannibal. Yeah.
Yeah, and then also
Al's really funny, too.
Al's amazing. Yeah.
it wasn't Winslow, but it was another sound effects guy. Does Baron Vaughn do sound effects?
I don't think
Not
so.
really.
I think so.
No.
It wasn't Reggie, was it? Reggie Watts?
No, it wasn't Reggie Watts. I don't know. It's a fucking killer comedy show though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like 3 hours long, and it didn't even feel like I watched 3 hours. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't doing comedy yet, so I thought it was like the coolest thing that I'd ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah, I mean, I had gone to comedy shows before, and they'd always felt long, but that was just like insane. And yeah, Chappelle had just come back. I think that was like his 4th set or something since he'd come back from 10 years of not doing it, really.
Yeah, when I saw him, everybody stood on their seats immediately when he came out. Yeah, it was pretty crazy to see.
Yeah, when I saw Flight of the Conchords, they came out in their fucking robot suits and opened with Too Many Dicks on the Dance Floor. It's fucking insane.
I haven't heard that. Now I got ideas for what to check out on iTunes.
I'll lend you the album. I got it. I really do.
I have 3 of them. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, if you haven't listened, the show is very good too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Where's the best place for people to buy the album?
iTunes, yeah.
And it's going to be available streaming here soon.
Yep, it'll be on Spotify. and
Don't
Apple
stream
Music.
it though. Buy it.
You can.
Where-
Are you guys going to
stream
do
my
hard
half.
copies? Have you thought about it? Vinyls, maybe?
I don't think of vinyl, but I don't. That's the only hard copy people still do, right?
Yeah, I have CDs, and I'm going to tell you right now that it's the last run. They're hard to move.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it out on cassette tape. I think.
People have messaged
Speaking of
me.
vinyl, pick up a copy of Punchin' Jesus out now.
Wow.
If you want one, message me. If I can't deliver it to you, I'll mail it to you.
I've seen people sell download cards to and be pretty successful at it.
Well, that's another thing you can do. So you can also buy vinyl, and it can come with a download card in it.
Yeah, I've
And you
seen
can do both
comedians
of
do
those.
that.
And that way, if someone wants something tangible to hold on to.
Right.
Or you can make your download cards for 9 cents on your own a piece.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
You could do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll sell them to you for 12 a piece, dude.
Yeah. I'll trade them to you for tailored pants. Well,
Peace sign or middle finger?
Peace sign.
Peace sign for sure. I can't remember the last time I gave someone the middle finger.
Really?
I do the rock on a lot. I don't know why. Every time I do it, I go, "Why did I do that?"
It's like a wide peace sign.
I do like the side like.
Oh, like hello.
But
You got to be careful if you're, you're in
I
Europe
still do
doing
that too to people too, though. Where I'm
Yeah.
like,
But why? Every time.
the only time that I feel like it's appropriate is when I'm talking to Kobos.
Like he gets it.
Like I'll do it when I'm talking to Kobos, and I'm like, oh, that was appropriate. But then every other time I do it, I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
I find myself, I shock a bra a lot.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
out
that
here,
one's good too.
I started doing it sarcastically out here, and
Yeah,
now
and
it's
then
like,
it picks up.
Yeah.
It's like my father-in-law. He started watching Fox News just to see what's happening, and now he's deep in it.
Guns or flowers?
Flowers.
Flowers. Easy.
Snow globes or lava lamps?
What's the first one?
Snow globes or lava lamps?
Snow globe.
I think snow globe too.
Okay. Well, I think I'm ready to
Yeah.
make a decision. Do you have any last minute?
I'm trying to think here. I know you wear jewelry.
I do.
Have you ever made handmade jewelry? Either of you?
No.
I've made a bracelet before. I could not do it again.
Like a
now.
friendship bracelet?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh wait, does it count if you have like a plastic thing and you just put the beads on there?
Yeah.
I
Absolutely.
mean, that would work if you handmade it.
Yeah.
You ever wear hemp?
No.
With a hard P?
At one point, I did have several hemp bracelets.
Okay. Fuck.
All right.
It's a little bit of a tough split, but I think I got it.
All right, who you want to do first?
Ooh. Whoa. Remix.
I was trying to do a drum roll with the rim shot.
Well,
Kind of worked.
Kinda
As a
did.
drum expert, what do you?
It felt suspenseful. So,
well, Ed went first on the album. Maybe we should do Sammy first.
yeah, because this will be the first time anybody ever listens to him.
I'm gonna be very accepting of that and loving.
All right.
All right.
So, Sammy, 3, 2,
2,
1.
1, hippie.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's in and out, but I'm at about a 6.5 or a 7 on Sammy. And a
Yeah.
lot of it is, I mean, your rock was it's a pretty far move.
I got him at a 6'5". Basically, it seems like if he didn't have to wear shoes, he'd be barefoot all the time.
It's comfy.
You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, and stealing someone's tent is a wook hippie move.
Yeah. No, I've got him at a 6. Also, that just like imbuing vibes into rocks, like that's pretty fucking hippie. Still follows astrology in some way.
Yeah. Well, and that whole thing of like, you seemed very open. Like when you found out about the Grateful Dead, and you're like, "What's this about?" Then you dove into it, and you're like, you weren't like, "Fuck this." You're like, "It's just not for me." So it's this breezy mentality too, I think.
Yeah, I've got him at a 6'5".
Yeah, that's where I'm at. Right around 6'5", 7". I think this might be the first time that we agreed and had a very similar scale set.
Yeah. Wow. Look at you, Sammy, bringing us together.
You guys want to try
right.
my pants?
Yeah.
Can we each get in a leg?
Yeah, each in a leg. Okay. So Ed, 3.
All right, hold on. I just I'm running some figures here.
Crunch the numbers.
Yeah. Okay, I think I'm ready.
All right.
3, 2, 1. Not hippie.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. Why not hippie?
I had him around a 4, 5, so it wasn't far off the scale. But it's heavy punk. So that music, the not wanting to be barefooted.
Yeah.
You know, it's weird because I do think it's on the fence. Like you could very easily be a 5 to a 5.5, but it's
I've got him at a 6 on the hippie scale.
whoa, not far from Sammy.
No, a little less though than Sammy. You know what? I think I might have you higher actually because punk rock is punk rock.
Your face was like, God damn it.
I feel like you're shoehorning this in.
I mean,
So-
psychedelics were high.
So punk rock, I feel, is
It's a counterculture.
it's basically hippie. So if you look at the technical definition of hippie, it's being a part of a counterculture. So punk is a counterculture. And it also just really makes me laugh to tell punk rockers, like, basically you're hippies. You're dirtier, spikier hippies. Okay?
I like spikier as that.
I will say this. What a fascinating thing. I can send you an article about the Grateful Dead, which, I mean, some of the stuff they did in the recording studio was the most punk rock shit ever.
Like what?
They put in their contract that they had unlimited studio time. And the reason is they wanted to learn how to work all the equipment.
Oh.
And so historically, there's never had another band that's been, I mean, they took like 3.5, 4 weeks to do an album. And every time the studio would come in and go, what's going on? They'd send them letters and they'd write, fuck you, and just mail it back to them.
Yeah, I like that.
That's pretty cool.
And then they
That
did
is
2
punk
albums
rock.
with him, and then they opened their own record studio.
Yeah, that rules.
Seize the means of production.
Yeah.
And then they recorded every song after that live.
Yeah. Well, that was, I mean, even before that, they allowed people to just come in and record their shit and just do whatever they wanted with it. Like, that's kind of punk rock, too, where they're just
Well,
like,
and they
fuck
have
it.
like public use, like if I made a shirt with their art on it, like they wouldn't come after me. I don't think
That's cool.
right?
No.
Isn't that like a
For the
thing with
most
them
part,
too?
yeah.
Like anti-ownership type.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. So cool.
Yeah.
Well,
So how far did you have? Because Ed is still over here baffled.
Because it's almost the same number as Sammy.
He's got to get
And Sammy's-
bell bottoms now.
Yeah,
Yeah. Sammy's spiritual. He's got rocks.
it's true.
He knows his astrology sign.
I know.
But Sammy, do you smoke?
you're sitting
I don't
across
smoke.
from me in
You
fucking
don't
tie dye though, which is what's fucking me up, dude. Like,
I think
like
I
nice
definitely-
punk
And
shirt.
this isn't his only tie-dye
But it is a
item.
Vans shirt. That's
It
the
is
other
still
thing.
a
That I
Vans
was like,
shirt.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's more of
so
a pattern
that's
choice.
fucking me up that you're over there in tie dye. You do have long hair, but I feel like you're kind of like me, where you're not really that hippie at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I agree.
Like if people just looked at you, they would say you're a fucking hippie, but when you dig into it, I think not. So yeah, I think I got you at like a 6.
Yeah, I think you wear the shirt to try to trick us.
Yeah, it's a marketing ploy. It's, I want all that hippie money. You know?
Let's go get some kombucha after this, you guys.
We do both drink kombucha.
That's true.
Booch Boys. That's the name of your new podcast.
Oh, second album.
I was excited to see how that joke would work. Ed and I did a weird like rural show recently together, and I was curious how his kombucha joke would work. Fucking killed.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Everyone's into
Then at the end of the
kombucha.
show, I'm taking a picture, and I realize that the guy I'm taking the picture with has a fucking thin blue line shirt on.
I almost took a picture of him taking a picture with that guy.
No, and I walk over and I go, fuck, I didn't notice that guy's shirt until we were taking the picture, and Ed goes, I did.
Meanwhile, Ed's taking a picture of somebody with a SCOBY, and he's like, hey, I got my own booch run.
But no, that Holy Stromboli, that show is fucking awesome.
Yeah, it was.
It's a
good.
cool little basement room out in Fort Lupton.
I love baseball.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's very cool. Like
Yeah.
it's kind of misleading when you're driving out there. Then it's such
Is that somebody else or is that Moose?
No, Moose is Fort Morgan, right?
Yeah.
I think so.
Oh,
Fort
that's right.
Lupton.
Yeah.
Fort Lupton's close.
Yeah, I fucked that up
Yeah.
too, and I realized it when I was talking to the lady in Fort
You
Lupton.
didn't back down though.
No, and I was just like, Moose, and then I was about to say Fort Morgan, and then I was like,
Stick to your guns.
yeah, fuck it. Yeah, it was here. I don't know.
No,
He's like, I don't know him, and I was like, yeah, it was a long time ago.
It's a cool place. The basement at Fort Lupton. There's like a 1920s like speakeasy vibe.
Oh,
It's
that's
fun.
great.
Yeah.
So, cool beans. Well,
Yeah. Well, thanks for stopping by, guys.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thanks for
Thanks for
having
doing the
us.
show. Check out Residual Income and
Stream it, buy it.
And make sure and
Support
get your names on that list if you're looking for a spherical.
Yeah.
Yeah, get your
GA on the floor.
5/16/24. We're giving away a Grateful Dead, a Dead & Co ticket
This is just one you guys
on
bought.
the Sphere. Well,
Yeah.
no, Zach and I are both going.
Oh, okay.
Opening night at the Sphere. It's going to be insane
badass.
in Vegas.
But yeah, it's a $500 ticket we're giving away.
Oh
so
shit!
it's no fucking joke.
Yeah, it's a big ticket.
Yeah.
That is a big one.
You got to get there on your own.
Yeah,
But,
we can't fly you there.
Well, I could try. Hop on. All right. Thanks for listening. Like, subscribe, and get on the motherfucking.
I just made my own monster voice.
Boss.
We used to both have monster voice, and then we lost it.
It's just his mic now.
He gave it to me the other day. I was like, because I used to, once I found out I wasn't doing it, we'd go like, subscribe, get on the motherfucking, and then I just stopped. I'd go to pout zone.